What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Vikings franchise gameplay. For those of you that are new to the channel, man, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I post a lot of franchise gameplays on this channel, not only the Minnesota Vikings, I also post the Washington football team. So to make sure that you guys don't miss out on a single upload I have for you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And you know what, while you're at it, go ahead and hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below also. I want to make sure you guys are notified every single time I upload, and I read all the comments. I love reading the comments on my video and responding to as many as possible. But for those of you that have been following this franchise for a while now, unfortunately, this is our Minnesota Vikings farewell tour, like I mentioned in that Week 17 matchup against the Green Bay Packers. Our franchise is coming to an end. We are going to be merging with another franchise after this season's over. But in the meantime, our Minnesota Vikings are trying to make this the best season possible, and we already are on track for that. Already posting our best record in the regular season. Our Minnesota Vikings went 16-0, perfect throughout the regular season. Try to see if they can continue that perfection through the postseason and see if we can make it to our first Super Bowl in this franchise. Like I said, this is year number 4. 2 of the 3 years before, our Minnesota Vikings were consistently making it to the NFC Championship game and losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But I'm hoping that this year will be different. As you see our quarterback right there, Bradley McNeil, I'm hoping he is going to be the difference maker here. We finally found our quarterback, which is part of the reason why I hate that this franchise is dying, because I really want to see what I could do with Bradley McNeil. I feel like he's a really young, talented player that has a lot of potential, but won't be able to build with him. Taking a quick look here at the playoff picture real quick, we are going to see that our Minnesota Vikings are obviously the number 1 seed, taking on the San Francisco 49ers, and we already know who our opponent is going to be if we make it past the San Francisco 49ers here in the Divisional Round. This team is actually going to be a really tough one. The San Francisco 49ers are no slouches at all. They put up 43 points on a very talented Saints team, so we're going to see what we can do here, starting things out on defense. That's not Jimmy Garoppolo back there under center for San Francisco. That's Justin Herbert. He's going to start things off by giving a toss to Travis Etienne, and Eric Kendricks is all over that. Ends up stopping him for a loss of a yard there. 2nd and 11, Herbert drops back to throw, ends up hitting Melvin Gordon in the flats, picks up a gain of about 4 yards there, brings up a 3rd and 8 situation from the 27-yard line. Vikings looking to get off the field, and Montez Sweat comes screaming off the edge, sacking Justin Herbert in the backfield, and that brings up a 49ers punt. Great start there to the defense. That is the ideal 3 and out. They did not allow the San Francisco 49ers to get a single first down on that. Now TJ Green on the return, trying to make something happen. Look at him showing the speed, able to return this ball all the way up to the 38-yard line, and the Vikings offense will start from here. 1st and 10, handoff goes to Dalvin Cook, tries to get the edge, and this 49ers defense is fairly quick. But still, Dalvin Cook is able to turn a gain of 8 yards on that first down run. 2nd and 2 from the 46-yard line. Handoff again goes to Dalvin Cook, who's able to fight his way across the midfield marker to the opposite 48-yard line for a Vikings first down. It's been working good so far, so we try to hand the ball to him for a 3rd time. This time, though, he ends up losing a yard back to the 49-yard line. Bradley McNeil drops back to throw for his first pass, and he's going down. Nick Bosa coming screaming off the edge, snacking him in the backfield. Now a 3rd and 18 for the Minnesota Vikings. Bosa screaming again, gets this ball off quick, ends up finding his running back Dalvin Cook, but he does not have enough for the first down and not enough to put us in field goal range. So unfortunately, the Minnesota Vikings are going to end up going 3 and out on their next possession and punting this ball back. But a really good punt there by Wisnowski. Ends up getting the 49ers pinned inside the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 6. Handoff goes to Melvin Gordon. And right now, Montez Sweat is being the difference maker for this defense as he ends up tackling him. Somehow he gained 3 yards off of that. Didn't look like he gained 3 to me. But 2nd and 7, handoff goes to Etienne, and Montez Sweat again chasing him down out of bounds at the 14-yard line. 3rd and 3 here from the 14. Justin Herbert with a 5-wide set, looking to keep this drive alive for the 49ers. You hear the Skol chants. Vikings bringing the pressure, and Herbert gets this pass off, ends up finding his wide receiver, who makes the catch in traffic there and extends this drive for the San Francisco 49ers as he gets up to the 22-yard line. 1st down, Herbert backs to throw again and almost threw an interception there. Anthony Barr in the vicinity. I don't know why he only put up one hand. Barr had a clear interception there. Probably would have walked into the end zone. But brings up a 2nd and 10. Herbert drops back to throw. Throws into traffic, and this one's going to be intercepted. Christian Harris, the recipient of this one. That ball was tipped up in the air by Eric Kendricks. And right place, right time for Christian Harris. And the Minnesota Vikings offense takes over with the football already on the other side of the 50. Dalvin Cook gets the carry, gets down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. First red zone appearance here for the Minnesota Vikings. We'll see what they're able to do with it. Bradley McNeil changing the play at the line of scrimmage, audibles to a run, hands this ball off to Dalvin Cook. He tries to put a move on the linebacker, but he didn't click on. If he would have clicked on, that stop and go would have worked. 2nd and 1 from the 9-yard line. Handoff again goes to Dalvin Cook, who's able to fight for it and fall across the first down marker to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal, wildcat formation here with Dalvin Cook. Tries to see if he can get some type of block. He tries to bounce this one. Probably should have kept inside on that one. Might have picked up a lot more yards, maybe even walked into the end zone. 2nd and goal, Bradley McNeil rolling the pocket to his right. And oh my gosh, that is not the kind of throw that we want Bradley McNeil making on the run. Throwing across his body into the middle of the field. Now we end up handing this ball off to Dalvin Cook on 3rd and goal, and Dalvin Cook's able to fight his way into the end zone. Not going to lie, I was not expecting Dalvin Cook to get into the end zone on that. That was basically a safe play because I was scared as hell after that throw that Bradley McNeil made. And I was like, you know what, I just need to make sure I get points on this drive. But Dalvin Cook had other plans. 1st and 10 here from the 25-yard line. Melvin Gordon is stopped in the backfield. Jonathan Allen knifing his way through this offensive line. Stops him at the line of scrimmage there. Now 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. Herbert back to throw. Oh, almost got away with, or he did get away with one. Almost threw an interception there. Eric Kendricks, beautiful coverage on George Kittle. Just better offense by George Kittle. Now 3rd and 2. Herbert ends up completing a pass, finding Pickens there on an out route, keeping this drive alive for the San Francisco 49ers. Handoff goes to Melvin Gordon, who's able to break a tackle, gets across the 50 to the 48-yard line for a gain of 6 yards there on 1st down. 2nd and 4, handoff again goes to Melvin Gordon, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, they end up giving him 2 yards on that one. 3rd and 2 again. Herbert looking to complete another pass, but Eric Kendricks is all over that one. Separates George Kittle from that ball and forces another 49ers punt on 4th down. I love the way that our Vikings defense is playing so far. They haven't allowed a single point here. We're halfway through the 2nd quarter, and the 49ers haven't even gotten into field goal range. Remember, this team last week put up 44 points on the New Orleans Saints. 2nd and 1 here from the 29-yard line. Vikings hand this ball off to Dalvin Cook, who's able to pick up just enough yardage for the 1st down there. Seems like the 49ers defense is starting to key in on Dalvin Cook, try to stop this run game. So we're going to go to the pass here on 1st down. Dalvin Cook is the recipient, gets the 1st down and a whole lot more after that. Finally brought down at the 48-yard line. Then the 2-minute warning hits. Vikings offense with 1 minute and 57 seconds left in this one. Definitely trying to see if we can get this ball into the end zone. Bradley McNeil ends up delivering a hot one across the middle, finding Justin Jefferson, gets down to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10, handoff goes to Dalvin Cook, and Vikings defense, or 49ers defense, is all over that, stopping him for just a small gain of 1 yard on that play. 2nd and 9 from the 35-yard line. McNeil back in the shotgun formation, going to drop back, put this one in the air, ends up connecting underneath to Irv Smith Jr. and that's my fault right there. Irv Smith Jr., you are a 100% bona fide receiving tight end. You're not the kind of tight end like Kyle Rudolph who goes out there and runs people over. That was my bad on that one. 1st and 10, we end up connecting with Justin Jefferson again. Gets down to the 3-yard line. Gotta love it when Bradley McNeil extends plays with his legs. Try to use his legs to get in the end zone here on 1st and goal on the read option, and he is stopped. Only able to gain 1 yard there. 10 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter. Bradley McNeil back in the shotgun formation, looking to throw, firing to the end zone, finding who other than his 99 overall wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, who makes the amazing catch in the back of the end zone. The Vikings have extended their lead to 14 points here in this one. Hasn't been an ideal game, I would say, but it hasn't been horrible. I definitely like to see our offensive run game working a little bit better, but who can complain with our defense playing the way they are right now, as we end up forcing Justin Herbert to throw this one away besides taking a sack, but still ends up getting called for intentional grounding. 2nd and 20, handoff goes to Melvin Gordon in the open field, but it's all good. We end up catching up to him, bringing him down right at midfield, and that's going to be the end of the 1st half. Vikings going into halftime with the 14-point lead already. But, yeah, like I was saying, it could be better, but it's not horrible. I would definitely like to see our run game get going a little bit more with Dalvin Cook. Bradley McNeil so far, fingers crossed, has been pretty much accurate with his throws. Just going to keep it up here for the 2nd half, and we should be moving on to the NFC Conference game. First and 10, we're starting things off on the ground there with Dalvin Cook as he's able to gain 8 yards there. Second and 2, we try to get the rest of the yardage with him, but he ends up getting stopped in the backfield, losing a yard there. Third and 3, Bradley McNeil ends up finding a wide open Irv Smith Jr. on a corner route, the same corner route that he killed the Green Bay Packers with, and it's working here against the San Francisco 49ers as he's able to get across the midfield to the 42-yard line. First down handoff, still trying to get this running game going with Dalvin Cook, only able to gain 3 yards there on first down. Second and 7, try to set up a read option, and these 49ers are not having any of it. Probably should have kept that with Bradley McNeil, but I thought that we might be able to get something going there with Dalvin Cook. But we are able to get things going with is Justin Jefferson, who makes another nice catch across the middle down to the 13-yard line. McNeil rolling the pocket here, trying to take off and scramble with this one. Probably should have thrown it to circle, but it's all good. He ends up fumbling this ball out of bounds, luckily. Second and 6 from the 9-yard line. Bradley McNeil back to throw, and dangerous throw across the middle there. Looking for Adam Thielen. Ends up being picked off by Frank Warner, and the 49ers are going to take over possession of this ball at the 6-yard line. Pistol formation here. Handoff goes to the running back, and he is not going anywhere. Travis Etienne ends up losing 4 yards on that play. Backs him up to a second and 14 from the 2-yard line. Herbert's going to hand this ball off again. This time is that Melvin Gordon getting the carry, and Melvin Gordon just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Third and 14, Justin Herbert's going to have to put this ball in the air. Drops back to throw, getting pressure, puts this one up for grabs, and oh my gosh, he's lucky that that ball fell innocently to the ground. Justin Herbert almost threw his second interception. Receivers turned defensive back on that one, but it doesn't really matter as the punter ends up kind of shanking one. Vikings are going to take over possession of this ball at the 39-yard line. Bradley McNeil ends up finding a wide open Dalvin Cook in the open field. Come on, man. Click on so you can get this stop-and-go work. Dalvin Cook is able to get all the way down to the 16-yard line. Under pressure here, looking for Irv Smith Jr. on another corner route. Unable to bring that catch in. Guess Irv Smith Jr.'s catching traffic is kind of low. We try to set up the read option there, and the read option just has not been working very much. Somehow Bradley McNeil was able to gain 1 yard on that one. Now 3rd and 9, looking for the end zone. Bradley McNeil trying to throw his second interception. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and settle for 3 points on this drive. Kind of a bit of a letdown there. I feel like we definitely had something going there if we would have had a catch in traffic. Probably should have had a different play calling there, but it is what it is. Vikings still now have a 3-score lead here in the third quarter over the 49ers. Justin Herbert back to throw here on first down. Has a whole lot of time in the pocket. Just keeps dropping back. Just can't find anybody. Ends up deciding to throw that ball away. 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. Justin Herbert back to throw, and okay. Who was that? Deebo Samuels, I think that was the receiver that he was targeting. Almost came up with a beautiful catch there. But on 3rd and 10, Herbert looking to go deep, and that ball is going to innocently fall to the ground. And the 49ers offense is forced to go 3 and out again and bring on the punting unit. At some point in time, you figure that these 49ers might have to start going for it a little bit more on 4th down, because we're getting down to the parts where we have one quarter left, and you guys have not been able to get anything going. But speaking of getting stuff going, look at Justin Jefferson showing up big time in this game right here. 1st and 10 here from the 40-yard line after that huge catch. Bradley McNeil drops back to throw, looking to go across the middle to Justin Jefferson again, who's able to come up with the catch. Justin Jefferson has to be over 100 yards receiving easily in this one. I believe his total has to be like around 119 or something. 1st and 10 here from the 17-yard line. Ends up completing that pass to Justin Jefferson again. 2nd and 7, rolling the pocket and finding who other than Justin Jefferson. Makes the catch, gets out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Now 1st and goal here from the 7-yard line. Bradley McNeil back in the shotgun formation looking, and okay, I might have targeted Justin Jefferson a little bit too much. But even still, I should have never thrown that ball. It was clear as day that linebacker was sitting right there. I should have at least tried to wait for Justin Jefferson to clear all the traffic in the middle. But it's all good because Jeff Gladney's got my back on 1st and 10. Justin Herbert's next throw is intercepted, and Vikings are going to take over possession with this ball at the 24-yard line. Bradley McNeil, you were saved by the defense again, my guy. 1st and 10, McNeil drops back to throw. And who are we looking for other than Justin Jefferson, who makes the catch in the end zone for another Vikings touchdown, extending the lead to 24 points here in this one. It's a wrap. There's no way. I've blown a lot of leads in my Madden career. Don't get me wrong. but I don't think I've ever blown a 24-point lead in the fourth quarter, especially with the way my defense is playing. They haven't even been able to get into the red zone or really across the 50, I believe. First and 10 here, it ends up finding Travis Etienne, I believe that was, and he ends up losing a yard there. Second and 11, Herbert back to throw under pressure, and he's going to go down. Who other than Montez Sweat coming in for his second sack of the day. Montez Sweat has just been a complete animal in this game. Third and long, Justin Herbert looking to go deep and almost do another interception, looking for George Kittle, but that ball is swatted away by Brian Cole, and another 49ers punt. This is another short punt returned by TJ Green, and okay, TJ Green with the nice little spin move. I thought he was going to run out of bounds, but ends up hitting the spin move and breaking some ankles along the way. Dalvin Cook getting the carry here on first down, and nice little stop and go, but we just wiggled a little bit too much. Dalvin Cook looked like he was about to take that one all the way to the house, but here first and goal from the 7, handoff goes right back to Dalvin Cook, try to get him into the end zone, ends up getting 4 yards off of that one. 2-minute warning starting to approach here in the fourth quarter, but Dalvin Cook is going to go ahead and run into the end zone well before that even happens. Gets I believe that's his first rushing touchdown of the game. I can't remember. Anyways, Vikings now have a 31-point lead here in the fourth quarter. I mentioned it on the last shot that this game is pretty much over at this point. It's definitely over now. Vikings definitely shut the door on any type of comeback efforts for the 49ers. With a 31-point lead with under 3 minutes left, yeah, those options are slim to none. Second and 7, Justin Herbert ends up finding Melvin Gordon in the flats, but oh my gosh, Montez Sweat is just the GOAT right now. Ends up chasing down Melvin Gordon, ends up stopping him before he's able to pick up the first down. 3rd and 5, Herbert back to throw, and ends up throwing into traffic. Ends up being picked off again by Jeff Gladney, getting his second interception of the day. And that was going to pretty much do it there. I'm not going to try to run up the score on the 49ers anymore. We're just going to go ahead and run this ball out and eat the clock out. And the Minnesota Vikings are going to be moving on to the NFC Championship game up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The game we knew was coming. We'll see if we're able to advance to the Super Bowl. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe for more Vikings franchise gameplays. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.